Okay, in this activity, we're going to use the previous activity from 10L. We're going to create a single data entry form, this time with a subform as well. So this, if you had a look, let's just go over here to our activity, now the task, and let's open the relationship. You're going to find that we're having two tables. One is the bot and another is the customer. So we can use one of them as the main form, and we can add in another as a mini subform. So let's go and create it. I'm going to go to create. I'm going to choose a form wizard. You can also choose the form directly by selecting on the bot and clicking on the form, but I prefer form wizard as it is more flexible. So I'm going to add all the fields from the bot and then make it columnar and keep it as it is and finalize it. So let's go back to the design view now, and we're going to add in the bottom here the subform. So go over here to the subform and you may draw it in the bottom of the bot. You may choose the existing table. So we're going to go and select the customer table, add all its fields, and the link is already there, which is through the customer ID, and click on finish. Now if you had a look, and let's have a look over here, you can see that this is not the way we want the subform to be displayed. We want it to be displayed in this format, with the text boxes as a format of a form entry of data entry. So let's go to design view and then right click on the subform and click on form properties. You're going to see over here in the default view in the format tab that you have different views. So let's select the single form. Now you're going to get the form we wanted. Let's get back again and let's read the question. So they want to make sure that we're making a form to include the most efficient method of data entry to help to reduce the data entry errors. So they want you to make sure that the discount values, we have three discount values, 0, 5%, and 10%. And we have three types of bots, which are jet ski, power, and the third one was yacht. I'm going to show it to you here. So you can see here, you can have three types. So these, they're telling you, giving you a hint that you may choose a method like a drop down list or radio button or whatever will be suitable. Yacht, power, and jet ski. And then for the customer, you're going to find you have three discount values, 0, 5%, and 10%. So for these points, you may use some other methods. Okay, one is here, another is in the mini form. So let's go to the design view. So I'm going to expand this a bit. And for the type, let's use the combo box. I'm just going to let you know that we cannot use here the radio button because radio button requires integer values to be stored. Only if it is an integer value that's going to be stored as a number and displayed as a number as well, you may use the radio button. So for now, let's use the combo box. I'm going to type these values because if I didn't type it, if I have to go and get it, that replication will be appearing to me. So let's type it and make sure they're with the correct spelling. So these are my three types and we need to store them back again in type. You may type it also here, the label name, and here we go. So let's check it. The type, okay, I may have an issue. Let me just redo it one more time. Let's check it. Okay, let me check the settings. Okay, it's related to my settings. I need to make this bound column because I only have one column, so I'm going to just to set it 1, and column count is as well 1. All right, it should be working. It shouldn't be an issue for you. It should be appearing just because I changed some of the settings previously. That's why it happened to me. Okay, it's working correctly. So what we can do right now, we can remove this type and we may put this one instead of that, the previous one. And if you want to select it separately, you may hold it from this gray square and put it. And now we just need to change the name, which is going to be type. Okay, let's go for the next one, which is going to be in the mini form. So let's expand it back over here and let's check in the discount. Let me tell you that in the discount, it's not possible to use the radio button, even though you might find that in the marking scheme that they might suggest you to use it, but it's not going to work because you need to store the value as an integer value. And here, if you had a look, let's go to customer, you can see it's just displayed as a percentage, but in real, it's going to be stored as a decimal value. Just because I changed the setting here, I'm going to show you. Let's go to discount and you can see that I'm just showing it in percentage. Actually, if I change it to a general number and I'm going to show you how it is stored, it's going to be stored in this way. And if I try to store the radio button value in a decimal point, it's going to change to 0. They do not accept decimal points values. So what we can do, let me change it back again to percentage. So you can see it's showing as a, so let me show you that in case we used it as a radio button. So let's go to the tools, let's draw the radio buttons over here and let's type the labels over here. So the first label I wanted to be showing as no discount, second one I wanted to be showing 5% and then 10%. Those are the three values I'm having. I don't want to store it as any default value. And then what are the values I wanted to use? The first one is going to work, but the second and the third value is not going to work, which is going to be in this way. So that's not working. The second value also, you can see it's not working. That's why this is not possible and you won't be able to use it. So instead of that, we may use the combo box or the list box. So we used already combo box previously. Let's try this time the list box. So draw it over here and let's type the values by ourselves. So we have 0, 0.05 and 0.1. We need to store these values into discount. So you may type it discount. And now we have a couple of things to change. You can see here, maybe nothing or maybe something will appear to you, but I need to go and change it in the settings. So let's click over here and you're going to see that I'm going to have on the right side the column count. Let's make the column count as 2 because I'm going to set 2 columns over here, and then go to the data, and in the data keep it as discount, that's correct, and keep it as value list, and in bound column make it as 2 because I want it to be connected to the second column. All right, now here what I'm going to type. Okay, let me expand it. I'm going to type, first I'm going to put 2 columns, one with double quotation, one without double quotation. The first is going to be the label, which is double quotation. Second is going to be the value. So the first one is going to be no discount, all right, and then semicolon. Now the second part is going to be the value, which is representing 0, semicolon. Now again the label. The second label is 5% between double quotation. Second value is 0.05. Third label is going to be 10%, and then semicolon, that's the last value, 0.1. Now you can see I have 3 values and 3 labels for it. Okay, and I'm bounding it to the second column, which is the values. Now let's check it. Let me expand it a bit. And let's go and check over here. So you can see in case the customer or the boat is have been sold, then the customer will be displayed. In case it is not sold, there will be nothing over here. So that's not a mistake. It's like only we have 4 customers, only for the 4 sold boats. So let's go and look. Okay, I had here. That's with 0% discount. I had number 7. Yes, number 7, which was with 10%, and you can see the values appearing correctly. And it is storing as a numeric value, not as these labels. Then we have, I think, another 5% in 40s, boat number 40 something. Yes, which was 5%. So far we have adjusted. More things we can modify is just putting some labels. So you may adjust it that you may add some of the labels and things. Like, let's go over here. Let's say we want to put selling details, for example, and then we can put this down here, and let's say we want to put these selling details in case it is sold, and we may adjust the background, and we can increase or make it bold or whatever. Let's say buying details, or in case it is bought, what are the buying details, you may also put it here, or building details. You may adjust it, you may modify it as you like. For me, I'm just going to stop over here, and that's the end. That's the most proficient method. If you think there are other methods that you can add or other tools you may add it, that's also possible. You can go ahead and start to add it. See you in the next activity or next task.